But it's Vision Sunday today, and my heart for today is to give you some vision of where this church is going, show you where we've been, and get you excited for the future. Because God is moving in this church, God is growing this church, and we're just moving to another level. So I want to bring someone up that's going to share their testimony, and I'm going to interview them right here. So why don't you give it up? This is our own right here. She sings with us. She's everywhere. She leads our One Name Care. Give it up for Gabbi. Come on. Cervantes. Come sit. This is Gabbi, y'all, and she's an amazing young lady. And tell us your name and how long you've been coming to One Name.
My name is Gabbi. I have been coming to One Name a little over 2 years now. My first time coming was 2 years in Easter.
Come on. So let me ask you this question: What was your first impression when you came here to One Name Church?
My first impression, because I have been to other churches in my short time of living, and there's just really nothing like One Name. Like the community here, and I'm not just saying that because I'm part of the community, like it really is just so genuine, so welcoming, and those are the vibes here. Yeah.
Come on. So let me ask you, what made you say yes? Like, who invited you, and what made you say yes to that person?
So
Did they force you to come here?
No. So my sister invited me. She actually invited me to help serving out on that Easter Sunday 2 years ago. And I really said yes because I had felt God calling me back for a while, but I kind of just didn't know. Like I would tell my friends, guys, like let's go to church on Sunday instead of always going to brunch and blah blah blah. And I was kind of like they weren't doing the thing, so I kind of came. And at first it was kind of just like, okay, let's do this church checklist thing, like let's add that to the weekend rotation. But then I kind of kept coming, and it was not about that at all. When I continued to come, like God really transformed my heart and the reasons why I was coming to church. So,
the preaching's really good here, but what made you want to stay? Like, what made you want to I want to make this my home?
Yeah. So again, like I came to help serving out, but then I just kept coming. Even though I hadn't even come to walk track, I didn't even know anyone. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna come again to serving coffee. I'm gonna keep coming, and then I started groups happen a few months later, and I was like all in. I signed up for 3 groups in one season, and now I'm co-leading in 2 groups. So that's cool.
Wow. So tell us a little bit what God did in your life. In those months you started coming, kind of like the spiritual transformation.
Yeah, so at the same time I started groups, we also had our August fast, prayer and fast, and one of the things that God really delivered me from was drinking. So I'm 2 years sober.
Come on, yeah.
And it's funny because at first I would do these detoxes before the fast, and I'd be like, oh, this is for my health. But it really just clicked during that fast that it was so much more than that. It was, my body is a temple and I need to take care of it. And it wasn't that I was drinking every day, but it was the reasons why I was drinking. And God really opened my eyes to that and so many other strongholds that I was dealing with, generational curses and unforgiveness and resentment that I had in my heart. When I did Freedom Group last year, it completely changed so much for me, and it's kind of full circle now that I'm co-leading Freedom Group and getting to see how others are being impacted. And it's just amazing what God can do in 1 year and 2 years. And
wow,
I just never thought that I'd be up here serving on platforms, singing, leading groups. It's crazy.
Look what God can do. Come on. Last question, how have you grown in your relationship with Jesus? You started there, and God really made you hey man, this is the place, and He really worked on you. But how have you grown in your walk?
Yeah, so like I said before, it was really just a checklist thing, and I feel like I was reverting back to that. Okay, I need to read my Bible today, check. I need to pray in the morning before bed, check. I need to go to church, check. And it just, my relationship just flourished from there. And like, yeah, being disciplined was one thing, but really building that genuine love, that relationship with him is what really got me to where I am now, leading. And I used to be so scared to even like be up in front of people and talk. The fact that I can do this right here just shows like God will work in ways that you really cannot imagine. Being able to go on a missions trip to the DR for my first mission trip, co-leading groups, like it's just amazing. And when I really decided to put my trust in the Lord and just surrender old friendships that I've had for like years and years and years, and really just believe in the community that he put in my life to raise me up, to keep me accountable, to call me higher. He works in beautiful ways. Just the community that I get to be in and the church that I get to be call home. And I love Jesus for what he did to my life.
Amen.
Like, I'm completely
Come
transformed. Yeah.
See, Gabby, she was in answered prayer. That me and LC and her family, we were praying for her. And, the first invite probably didn't work, and you probably don't listen to your sister half the time, so that's why she didn't come. But when you keep praying and you keep pressing in, you see lives like these at One Name Church changed because you invite, you pray, and you continue to not give up. And I'm just so thankful that we have people here at One Name Church that don't just care about like, hey, what is happening inside, but they see people like you, Gabby, and they say, hey, we're getting you in here. No matter what we have to do. Yeah, come to Easter, whatever. Come to this. So, man, Gabby is just an amazing testimony of what God can do when you invite someone, when you press in, when you are faithful. So I'm just thankful for that. Come on, why don't you give it up for Gabby for sharing that?
Thank you.
We love you, Gabby. You're the best. You may be seated.